Good evening, everybody. I hope you are doing well and that all of you are happy and healthy and taking care of yourselves during the lockdown. We decided to take this opportunity because everybody is sort of available at the moment to do a compensation plan training. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Sherry Marks. I am a member of MTI. I have been a proud member of Mirror Trading International since April 2019. I'm one of the founding members and very, very proud of it. And this company has proven to be so successful. And I believe it's because the compensation plan is just so clever. So tonight we're going to have an in-depth look about how the compensation plan works. I'm going to give you a couple of strategies that you can apply within your own business and within the team. And hopefully afterwards we can do a quick Q&A. If there are any questions, you guys are welcome to hop on over into the Q&A section. Type your questions there and I will answer them for you. However, I do believe that a lot of your questions regarding the compensation plans and maybe a couple of support issues that you may have had will be answered in the presentation and the training tonight. Yes, we are recording this. It will be available on my YouTube channel. And if I get the stamp of approval from our CEO, we can chat about getting this video perhaps in our back office sometime soon. So we're going to jump straight into it. I wanted to thank you all for being here tonight. I think education is key. And when I start with the training like this, I always say to people in psychology, when you go and study psychology at varsity, they will tell you that there is a premise called the confidence competence cycle. The more competent you become in a business, the more you learn about it, the more confident you will be. So it's important for you to understand your compensation plan. It's important for you to understand your business, because if you are building Mirror Trading International as a secondary income, it is important that you treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like an organization and a professional business, then it will pay you like a business. So I'm going to jump straight into it. This presentation will be available as well if you need it, or if you want to have a look at it afterwards. You can drop me a WhatsApp. I will also make it available in a Dropbox folder so people can go and download it, and we'll post it on our Telegram group. Very, very simply, the MTI compensation plan isn't difficult, guys. It's not difficult to understand. But before I get into it, you need to understand the different types of compensation plans that are out there available today. You get uni-level systems, which is pretty much how Amway functions. You sign people up, you refer them, and you can build it as wide as you want. That's a uni-level system. And you can build a front line the length of the Nile. So you can refer anybody under the sun, and those systems are usually connected to high referral rates. You need to refer a lot of people, and you need to generate a lot of volume through sales. So uni-level systems are sort of the base system that created multi-level marketing to start with. The people you personally refer is level 1. The people they refer is level 2. The people they refer is level 3, and so forth. And you can build that infinite levels deep. Most compensations don't play very deep in uni-level compensation plans. They basically build on referrals and product sales. Okay, but the network marketing industry has evolved a little bit. And then you started seeing the introduction of things like matrices. Lots of companies build matrices. Now, matrices can be a number of legs wide and a certain amount of levels deep. So let's say you're building a 3x5 matrix. That means it's 3 legs wide and infinite level, or 5 levels deep. The problem with matrices is if you've got one person on your front line who's not working, you're literally losing out on an entire third of your possible income in that matrix. And that's a problem. Dead spots in a matrix is very difficult. And when you've got a company like any network marketing company, there's always going to be people that are going to be slow to start, people that aren't going to want to get involved in the network marketing aspect of things and only be product pushers, which is fine. That's the backbone of most network marketing companies. But at the end of the day, you want to build a compensation plan that has moved with the times and evolved. And a binary system, I believe, is probably the most effective and financially lucrative system the world of network marketing has to offer. Okay, so we are very proud of the fact that we have a binary system in Mirror Trading International. Binary systems are normally paid out of cycle binaries, where you've got a cycle volumes on either side, much like World Ventures used to do. And MTI is a little bit different because we pay on total weaker leg volume, obviously dependent on how much you've invested in Bitcoin in your own trading pool account. So infinite levels deep, 2 legs wide. It makes it simple. We create lots of spillover. Everyone's working together, and you have an opportunity to earn off infinite levels in your weaker leg, which I think is insane. So we're going to go through the income streams quickly. Remember, MTI has a uni-level structure, which is sort of invisible, but we're going to chat about that. And then you've got this binary structure where everybody works together and earns together. And I'm going to show you exactly how they work and how all of this translates into referral bonuses, binary commissions, and leadership bonuses. So in MTI, we have 3 income streams. First one's referral income. This is when you refer somebody. Binary income. This is from our national register. This is what I call it. Well, international register. Everybody forms part of the binary. Even people that are passive investors, they form part of the binary as well. And then you've got the leadership bonuses, which is basically built on this invisible uni-level system, but you can track it in your binary. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Referral income is a great way to generate cash flow. Now, referral income for me is always a great marketing tool to get people motivated. It gets them earning commission quickly, and it really starts building their business. And you are going to be focused on referral income when you're on the building phase of your organization. So this income stream is not paid from personal referrals Bitcoin investment, okay? The 10% of the profits generated in trade the week before is used to pay referral commissions. So MTI pays you from their own pocket. Now, why do they do that? Well, because you've helped them to grow their membership. You've referred their product. You've referred their services to somebody. So instead of paying huge marketing companies for billboards, television, airtime, or radio stations, or pamphlets, or distribution, whatever it may be, they've decided to work on a simple word-of-mouth referral system, which is the most effective referral system in the world, by the way. And that's why we've employed that as our marketing system. That's what the MTI referral program is. It is a marketing system. It is the strategy employed by Mirror Trading International to grow its membership. Okay, so that's what it is. So referral income, here are a couple things that you need to know. You earn 10% once off from personal referrals. This is people that you have signed up with your own link. In other words, I send my link to Clinton. He is my personal referral. I will earn 10% of whatever he invests into his Bitcoin wallet, into his Bitcoin account with Mirror Trading International. And guys, if he invests $1 million, I will earn $100,000. Okay, so there's no cap on referral income. You earn 10% of whatever your personal referral has added. When they add more funds to the trading pool, you will earn 10% on any new money that enters the system or any new Bitcoin that enters the system as well. So Clinton signs up with $1 million today. Tomorrow he adds another $1 million. You're going to earn $100,000 again. Okay, so new money. As soon as Clinton does a withdrawal, what we call a high watermark comes into play. So let's say he puts in $1,000 to start with, and you then get your referral bonus of $100, right? At the end of the day, you have earned a referral income of $1,000 in his account. When he withdraws $500, his high water mark remains $1,000. Now, when he puts that $500 back at a later stage, you're not going to earn commission on it because you've already earned commissions on it before. However, if he puts in $1,000, he's now $500 over the high watermark, and you'll earn your referral commission on the extra $500 that you hadn't earned on before. So very important that people understand the high watermark. That's why it's there in your back office on your dashboard for you to have a look at and see how you earn from your downline. Okay, very important. As soon as somebody signs up, it takes 7 days from the moment that their Bitcoin is cleared into their MTI profile for you to earn your referral fee. So if you sign somebody up on Tuesday, their payment is cleared on a Thursday. It typically takes about 48 hours. Literally, you will earn and have available at your disposal your referral commission the following Thursday. Okay, so referral commissions are not run congruently with binary commissions and with the leadership bonuses. They get paid separately every single day, and you earn them 7 days from when that MTI account was activated. Very important to remember that. It goes into your income wallet balance. So if you go and have a look at your income wallet, you will see that there are pending bonuses. When you click on that on your dashboard, you will see that your referral commission is lying there. It will show you the username of the person that you've received the referral commission from, and it will also show you when it will become available. It will say 5 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes, or whatever the case may be. So you can track and see exactly when your commissions are becoming due to you. Now, as soon as that becomes available, that you can withdraw it, you can choose to either put it back into your own personal Bitcoin wallet and go buy yourself a Jeep Trackhawk if you like, or you can put it back into your trading pool and see it yielding results for you every single day. As soon as it gets put into the trading pool, it is activated immediately, and you will earn from the trades the very following day on that added amount as well. You have to be active with $100 worth of Bitcoin in order for you to qualify for these referral income. Okay, so it's very important that people remember our MTI suggested minimum investment amount is $100, guys, worth of Bitcoin. Now, if you fall under the $100 mark, may it be because of a cash flow issue when you signed up or because of Bitcoin fluctuated and you fell under the $100 mark, then what the company does is half of your referral fee, you still earn it, but half of your referral fee goes straight into your trading pool, okay? And the other half goes into your income wallet, available in 7 days for you to withdraw or put back into your trading account, okay? So very important that you remember that. $100 is the actual mark for earning your full referral fee straight into your account. Anything under that will be divided, go into your trading pool, and the other half will go into your income wallet. If you are not active, you will not receive referral commissions, and it cannot be backdated. So guys, why I say this is important is because a lot of people, let's say for instance, you sign up a guy today and he then immediately wants to sign up his wife. Then often what people are doing is they're creating the profiles and they're doing the payments literally 2 minutes from one another. Now, when we do the activation on the MTI side, in other words, verifying that the payment has actually been sent to MTI, then they might be activating those accounts in reverse, where the wife will be activated first and the husband second, in which case the referral fee will be lost. So if you're doing simultaneous signups, please make sure that the first person you signed up is active and that the payment is reflecting in their back office with MTI before you do the second sign up. There's obviously some time delays when we are dealing with systems such as these, but security for us is very important. And it's important for us to do all the checks and make sure that all payments coming in are valid and accounted for before we can apply following payments. So just wanted to let you know of that. A lot of people come to me and they say, Sherry, I haven't received my referral fee. And it's because the person they've signed up was activated before them. Okay, so very important that you make sure you are an active member with a trading pool balance before you sign somebody up. Now, how long does that process take? Well, the sign up process is probably 5 to 10 minutes. And then when you're buying Bitcoin, if you're doing it for the first time here in South Africa, the exchanges are quite sticky. Their security protocols are quite hectic. So then you've got to wait 24 hours before you can transfer your Bitcoin from a Luno or an altcoin trader. As soon as that is transferred, it takes MTI between 24 and 48 hours to apply those payments to profiles. So I get that this could be a little bit tedious, especially for those of you that are rearing to go. Remember, it's only going to be slow the first time. After that, it's plain sailing. It's very simple. It's just to make sure that our security measures are in place. I'm sure you guys will agree with me that security in this industry is very important. So be sure when you're doing simultaneous signups under each other that you've got to wait for the first one to be active before you do the payment for the second one. Just quickly wanted to remind everybody of that little fact. It's definitely created a lot of support tickets and we just want to eliminate those. All right, so that's referral commissions. They're very simple. Guys, if you're looking, and just on this issue, if you've got a cash flow problem, referral commissions are the quickest way to sort out your cash flow issue. If you need $5,000 by next week Friday, then you need to work your business to sign up $50,000 Bitcoin investment into your front line. It's as simple as that. And it's not a difficult thing to do. I had a friend say to me today, this is one of the easiest companies that she's ever had to recruit for. It is. It's not a simple thing. It's not a difficult thing to do. Show people your results, speak to them about what you've achieved, and you find that the referrals are something that comes natural. We have people seeking us out to find space in Mirror Trading International because we've got such a great international repertoire. So at the end of the day, your referral commissions takes care of that cash flow element, which I think in network marketing is massive. The fact that people are earning quickly, 7 days, that's really cool. And they're seeing movement and growth in their organizations. And that creates momentum, which is probably the most important keyword you'll find in network marketing anywhere. So let's have a look at binary commissions. This becomes the bulk of income. And for some reason, people seem to think that we are a referral or a recruiting opportunity. Let me tell you, MTI is far more of a team environment than it is of an individual recruiting environment. So often you'll see that leaders give away referrals. It's because that referral commission isn't as important as an important binary placement for a certain player. So I'll tell you, I would sign up somebody into my organization, or I would give them to a leader in my organization where I know there's lots of movement in their binary, and that be able to give that person quite a bit of spillover. So binary commissions are derived from your weaker leg volume. This income stream is paid of 20% of the profits that were generated the week before. So the company trades with over, at this point, 6,500 Bitcoin on a daily basis. And the profit that they generate, 20% of that profit per week gets put into a pool, if you can call it as such, and that is then proportionately divided amongst the people that have qualified for binary income, okay? Your commission is calculated, like I said, proportionately to all the other qualified binary members in the organization. So when you've qualified for binary, it's not a question of sitting back and just going, right, I've made it. You need to keep up with the growth. 2 or so weeks ago, I remember that my binary income stayed the same, but my weaker leg volume was up by like 12 Bitcoin. It's because other people were growing quicker than me. So I always like to envisage a piece of pie, and your slice of the pie is determined by how big your weaker leg is in the binary. But the size of the pie is determined by how quick other people are growing. And if people are growing very fast, it means the pie is bigger, but it also means that their slice is bigger, which makes your slice smaller. So at the end of the day, you need to keep at your binary, you need to keep growing it, you need to inspire your team, and your job as a leader with Mirror Trading International is essentially never done. So this is the formula that gets used to calculate binary commission. MTI is going to take your weaker leg volume, and then they're going to divide it by the sum total of all the weaker leg volumes of everybody that's binary qualified in the company. So let me give you an example. Last week Saturday, there were, let me just check these numbers. I don't want to lie to you. I think it was 8,800. We had, 8,864 binary qualified members in Mirror Trading International, okay? Which means those 8,864 people's weaker legs were all added together, and that determined the size of the pie. Now, your weaker leg was divided by that total weaker leg volume, which, just for interest's sake, last week was 16,000 Bitcoin. Okay, so this is exciting. If you added together the 8,864 people who qualified for binary income weaker legs together, you would have gotten a sum total of 16,000 Bitcoin. So whatever what was in your weaker leg was divided by that 16,000 plus Bitcoin, and then multiplied by the 20% value of profit that was generated. And that's how they found out and work out what your binary bonus is. So remember, when you look at this formula, there's a reason why I tell people this. Because if more people are binary qualified, it means the pie is bigger, but it also means the pie is being split amongst more people, right? When more people have joined the organization, it means that our profit margin for that week is higher. When people join your business, your weaker leg volume is going to improve. So at the end of the day, these are 3 variables that get used to calculate your binary income every single week. And it's important that you understand exactly how each of those variables work. So the weaker leg volume, when people withdraw from your weaker leg, it's going to push your weaker leg volume down. When people are joining your weaker leg or upping their investment in Bitcoin, you're going to have a bigger weaker leg volume, okay? Total weaker leg volume of total qualified binary members in the company, that's obviously dependent on how many people are binary qualified. What are the sizes of their weaker legs? And this determines the size of the pie. And then finally, you've got, what were our trading profits like? Did we have a good week in trade? Did we have a bad week in trade? Did lots of people join the company, increasing our trading pool, which means that the 20% profit is more? There's lots of variables to consider. Now, when you go into your back office and you go and look at your binary bonus report, under the binary bonus reporting function in your back office, you'll see that this formula is actually very clearly stated there, and you can see the formula. What's excellent about it is you can see what your weaker leg was, and then you can see what the total amount of weaker leg volume was for everybody that was binary qualified. And it is so interesting to see that we've been able to improve our binary qualification by miles and exponentially since we started these Zoom calls at the beginning of this lockdown. So it is exciting because it means that people are seeing the opportunity and growing the organizations. So reading and understanding your binary on your MTI dashboard is important, guys. You're going to see that you've got a left leg summary and a right leg summary. And that's very simple. It tells you how many members you have in your organization, and it tells you what the total volume of their combined Bitcoin investment sometimes you've got somebody in your organization that's a powerhouse networker, but they didn't invest as much. That's obviously far more valuable than a guy that comes in, puts in $50,000, sits back and does nothing. Because that guy who's going to grow the business, yes, it's going to start off slow, but exponential growth, and the people they know, and the people they know, and the people they know is always going to outbeat any investor volume that you're going to get in. So when you're looking at binary commissions, obviously you want to get investors in, but remember, you want to encourage people to build the organization if you want to build a strong binary income. So how deep you earn is dependent on your own your own BTC investment in the trading pool. If you've got $200 or more invest in your binary income in your trading pool, you will earn 10 levels deep in your binary. Now, this is over 1,000 people, guys, and you can gauge this. As you see in your back office, you'll see under your dashboard, it will show you how many levels you are qualified for in your weaker leg, okay? What's so exciting is it shows you what the value difference is of what you're qualified for earning and what is in your total weaker leg volume. So often you'll see left leg, it will say 24 members, and then it will show 10 Bitcoin, and then it shows you are 10 levels qualified, and the levels you are qualified's value is 8 Bitcoin. It means that you'd need to up your investment to $1,000, and then you would earn off the full 20 levels in your organization. Okay, so that's how we work that. You literally just have to gauge it as you go along. Our experience has been that most people, when they get to fill up their 10 levels of their binary, that their trading pool has grown to such an extent with referral fees and binary commissions that they've earned up until that point, that most of the time they qualify for the following levels as and when they need it. So it's not something to worry about, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. If you've got $5,000 worth of Bitcoin in your trading pool, you're going to earn 30 levels deep. And then if you've got 10,000 USD, you earn infinite levels deep on your binary forever. It is, however, important that this qualification can very easily be lost. And I'm going to chat about that in a second or so. But Bitcoin price fluctuates, you guys. It's very important that you keep track of this. Because if you put in $200 worth of Bitcoin today, tomorrow it might be worth $198. So Friday afternoon, give or take 1, 2 o'clock Central African time, you want to go back into your trading pool and you want to go and make sure that you actually are qualified for what you need to be earning in the organization, regardless of where the Bitcoin price is fluctuating at. So this is an active participation company. You've got to actively be looking at your dashboard, actively be looking at your teams and understanding where we are at in terms of qualification because of the fluctuation of Bitcoin. So obviously Bitcoin fluctuating is great for us because as it grows, so our investment amount grows as well. But when we're going to have little dips on the way up, you've got to make sure that you still adhere and satisfy the requirements for all of these income streams. Okay, very important. So for binary income, the binary commissions, the minimum investment amount you need in Bitcoin is $200. Okay, very important with a Bitcoin that you understand that. Understanding your qualification requirements are also important. Like I just said, you need $200 in your own personal trading account, and then you need 2 personal referrals. Guys, this means 2 people that signed up with your link. 1 left leg, 1 right leg. I get that a lot of people are in a space in the organization where they have a runaway leg with 2,000 people spill over, and then they're going, oh, I need to build this organization. And then you're thinking that if you just put 1 in the weaker leg that you're qualified. You have to have a personal referral, left leg, right leg. And that personal referral needs to have a minimum investment of $100 worth of Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin fluctuates and that the Bitcoin price dips a bit and that person dips to under $100, you will not earn binary commission because you haven't satisfied the requirements. So when I get people involved in the organization, I always make sure that they put in a little bit more than what is required just to cater for that fluctuation in Bitcoin, guys. It's very important. That's why we always also tell our teams to always get involved with $200 at least. In fact, I push my teams for $250 because, like I said, when that Bitcoin price dips a little bit, at least I know everybody is still qualified and happy for commissions and earnings. The qualification, very important. However, you have to remember that binary commission isn't just reliant on the qualification. It's also reliant on you building your weaker leg and generating volume in your weaker leg. And the easiest way to do that is to duplicate. We're going to chat about that in a section. little bit jet lag. All right. So these are the things that you need to remember when you're looking at the binary commissions. Firstly, if the Bitcoin value fluctuates and you fall under $200, then you are no longer qualified. Guys, please do not send support emails asking that you didn't receive binary commissions. You need to be on top of this. This is a business. You need to treat it like a business. Keep track of your account and your teams. You need to know what's going on in your team. You need to know where there's an optimal growth and where there's momentum in your teams at the moment. And then you need to know where there's space that needs a little bit of attention. You need to use the specific referral links for growing your team. Now, I always tell my teams, don't use the auto placement link. In your back office, if you go to the little envelope on your far left of your dashboard, you will see that there's an auto placement link. Now, this is to actually place people on your weaker leg. But here's what happens. Let's say I sign up Clinton now and my weaker leg is my left leg, but he doesn't fund his account immediately. He only funds it in a week's time. And in that week, I sign up for more people. The auto placement tool will alternate them left and right, guys. You want to make sure you should be a professional at this point, knowing your market, know your back office. Only use your left leg, right leg placement links when you are referring people. You can go and check on your dashboard. What is my weaker leg? What do I need for binary qualification? And then you use the link accordingly for where you need to place that person. It is very important that binary positions cannot be moved or changed. Guys, it creates a chain reaction. We're getting spillovers. Our company is growing by over 1,000 new members a day. Moving one person is simply not possible. So don't ever ask for binary movement. It's not going to happen. It's not endorsed by the company. And simply from a programming perspective, it's not possible. Okay, so very important that you get that placement right from day one. Don't worry about dead spots in your binary. Lots of people message me and they go, oh, Sherry, this guy at the top of my right leg is doing nothing. Listen, you're still going to get spillover into your organization. You can still build it. Binary income is built from total weaker leg volume. So if you've got one or two dead spots, it's not the end of the world. Don't stress about that. What's actually great about those spots is that they generate a little bit of a carrot for somebody who hasn't built the organization. When they've spilled over into their stronger leg, you're going to have to be able to say to them, hey, look, you've got a stronger leg of 500 Bitcoin. Why don't you actually build this organization? I just need to plug in my laptop quickly. I see that we are running into some power problems here. Just bear with me for a second. Oh dear. Oh, here it is. My apologies, technical difficulties. There you go. All right. Tricks. Okay, I'm back. So where were we? We were talking about binary commissions, and we were talking about making sure that you have proper left leg, right leg placement and using the correct links. Okay, so very, very important. Don't worry too much about dead spots in your binary because you earn from the total volume in your business. Obviously, you want to make sure that you try and motivate and help everybody to build, but it's not deathly warranted for you to stress out if there's somebody in your business that's not working. Okay, binary commission gets calculated every single Saturday, and we then get paid over the weekend. Now, a lot of people are freaking out because when we were starting to get paid in February, our payment run would be done by 10, 11 o'clock. In fact, when we started in August and October last year, I would wake up to my binary commission already reflecting in my income wallet. But as we now have over 8,800 people that are being binary qualified and paid every single Saturday, that calculation and binary commission run is taking a little bit longer. So Johan and his team are furiously working at getting that quicker. But at the end of the day, binary commissions are run from a Friday night, 12 p.m. Central African time. And at the end of the day, it will finish before the weekend is over. So don't stress that you will see your binary commission either Saturday, Sunday morning latest. And it's not a quick process, you guys. A binary run currently takes about 24 hours to complete. And do not create support tickets to find out when your binary will reflect, guys. I think also a lot of people are not 100% aware of how our support system works. We don't have staff that are paid to do support. These are members that have been trained, that run the support offices. And in our corporate governance, it's all about getting people who want to do it for the love of what they're doing to build the system. And at the end of the day, we can't have millions of support tickets with ridiculous questions. You need to get to your upline. And if your upline doesn't know, they need to speak to their upline. And if they don't know, they need to go speak to their upline. At the end of the day, we need to filter information through our marketing system, which is our referral system. Very, very important. Okay, so binary payments will be done. Check your Telegram groups, check your Facebook and Instagram accounts, your own team groups, and you'll find lots of information there on how the binary commissions are being run. We normally send ProRequest updates during the day on Saturday. So binary commissions remain pending in your account for 7 days. So you get paid on the Saturday and then it shows pending. So you can see the wallet, you can see what the binary income was, and then the following Saturday it becomes available. Now, if you go into your binary income report on your back office, you will see it will show you how much time is left until that binary income is loosened, so to speak, right? It will show you 5 days, 3 hours, and 12 minutes. Okay, so you can track when your binary commission will be available to you. And then obviously from there, you can withdraw it into your blockchain wallet or whatever wallet you're using for your Bitcoin. And then you can also put it into your trading account to be traded for you the week after that. Okay, so like I said, binary commissions are paid into your income wallet, and you can check it in your income wallet on your dashboard, or you can go and have a look at your wallet fund transfer history on your reporting function to the left of your menu on your back office. All right, so binary incomes are not difficult to sort of work your mind around, but it's important that you understand how binary qualification works. A lot of the support tickets that we're receiving at the moment, well, not me, I'm not support, contrary to popular belief, okay, is people thinking they're binary qualified because they've factored spillover into their binary qualification. Spillover is if somebody has fallen into your organization that you didn't personally enroll. Now, guys, it's very important to note that spillover has nothing to do with binary qualification. You have to personally refer with your link, left leg and right leg respectively, a new MTI member that invests at least $100 worth of Bitcoin in order for you to be binary qualified, along with you having a $200 Bitcoin amount. Okay, very, very important that you remember that. So you here, if you just factor in the spillover and the one person on your left leg, you are not binary qualified. And you see here that you had to put that second referral into your right leg. You had to put it into your strong leg. That was so that we can create spillover for the entire team. Everybody has to contribute, even if it is only one sign up into your strong leg. Okay, so binary qualification is very simple. Sign up with $200 in your personal trading account with MTI worth of Bitcoin. Sign up 2 people, fund 2 people, left leg, right leg respectively. Don't use your auto placement link. Use the right link and the left link. Once you've got them in there and both of them have $100 worth of Bitcoin minimum, then you are binary qualified. Now the company is going to work that formula that we showed a second or two, well, in the previous video that was so unceremoniously cut. That formula will then be put into place. So do you see that qualification is just this first step to creating a binary income? You still now have to go and grow a weaker leg. Now, I can promise you the most difficult thing you'll do in Mirror Trading International is growing your weaker leg to 5 Bitcoin. It's literally like, have you ever had to push start a car? I've push started a lot of cars in my lifetime. And that initial push is tough. It's hard to get the car going. But as soon as it's moving, it's very difficult to stop it. Now, binary income is the same. 0 to 5 Bitcoin is a push. 5 to 10, I'd say, still requires a hand. But from 10 Bitcoin onwards, it sort of runs away with you, and then you just lose track of exactly what's happening. And I remember my 0 to 5 Bitcoin was sort of my bad moments, right? But now I tell leaders when they join my organization, get yourself to that 5 Bitcoin mark, because that seems to be the sweet spot. You know, if you play cricket, there's a sweet spot on a bat, okay? That's the sweet spot for our team, is that 5 Bitcoin. And then when you get to the 10 Bitcoin, it starts getting a lot easier because now you've got warm bodies to deal with, okay? Very important that you remember that. I want to show you this because I'm going to move into the leadership bonuses. And a lot of confusion is because people are confusing the leadership bonuses with a binary system, okay? Now, in Mirror Trading International, we don't actually put any focus on a uni-level system, but it is there. It is there. You can't see it. It's invisible, okay? So I think that's what makes it quite difficult. But if you go into your dashboard, for instance, you go and click on your direct referrals, then you can see what would be level 1 of your uni-level structure, okay? So this is completely separate to binary, guys. This is the people that you refer. Everybody that you refer, you will receive a referral commission on. And in a traditional network marketing company, that would be your level 1. So let's say I sign up Clinton, Charles, and Vince. All right, in my binary, they're going to be at different levels and different spaces, but they are my personal referrals. They are my level 1 when it comes to a uni-level structure. Now, when Clinton refers people, they will be his level 1, but they'll be my level 2, again, in different levels of the binary. Okay, so very important that you understand there is this sort of, for a lack of a better word, an invisible uni-level structure that you have to keep in mind when you're looking at your leadership bonuses. A lot of people look at the binary and they get mixed up with the qualifications for P1 and P2 leadership bonuses. So I wanted to show you this. Here's your upline, okay? They sign up a member, they sign you up, and then 2 more members. Can you see that in a uni-level structure, those 4 people, the 4 blue ones, are that person, your upline's level 1. You are the upline's level 1. Now, in the binary structure on the right, you'll see that you and one other member are level 1 in binary. The other members are level 3 and 4 respectively, but in the uni level, they're still level 1. Okay, so it's important that people understand this. Uni level, each person's individual uni level in the invisible uni level fills the binary. Now, because our compensation plan is centered around the binary, we don't show you the uni level. We show you your front line, so you can go into your back office, click on your direct referrals, and you'll see all their details, everybody that you have personally referred into the organization. But you can't see level 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? So at the end of the day, the leadership bonuses are factored around you being a good upline. It is an incentive to help you to build a good organization. So this is how it works. I have shown you the uni-level vision, if I can call it as such, of what a P1 qualified member would look like. The important thing when you look at leadership bonuses is that the golden number is $200. Guys, I get countless messages of people saying to me, I didn't receive my P1 bonus, or I didn't receive my P2 bonuses. When the dollar price fluctuates and a member that is factored or needed into your P1 or P2 qualification goes under the $200 mark, you don't qualify. Okay, so you have to keep your finger on it, and you have to teach your team to keep their finger on it. We've got all the pros of being able to work in Bitcoin, guys, the future, the cryptocurrency king. Here you've got an opportunity, obviously, to leverage off the growth of Bitcoin. The con is that Bitcoin is quite moving on a day-to-day basis. In fact, Bitcoin can fluctuate with 10% in a couple of minutes. All right, so it is important that you keep your finger on it at crucial times. So I always say to people, make sure that you check your trading wallet balance, your trading pool balance just before binary commissions are done. And make sure that you check it at least once a day during the week, okay? You need to know what's happening with Bitcoin, guys. Remember that competence, confidence cycle we were talking about? You don't know about Bitcoin, you haven't read articles, and you haven't educated yourself, you're going to have a problem. You need to learn how to work. All right, so the golden number is $200 worth of Bitcoin for every member involved in the P1 qualification. All right, so everybody must have $200. So do you see why I say it's better just to have a flat rate of $200 for your team when you sign them up? If you're going to build this as a business, you don't want to create roadblocks for yourself. You don't want to create stumbling blocks. You would hate for somebody to miss a P1 leadership bonus because they didn't up their investment from $100, which is the minimum, to $200 in time. So I just rather do it right from the beginning. Okay. So how do the P1 leadership bonuses work? This income stream is paid from 5% of the profit that was generated in the week before. So Johan takes 5% of the profit that they made with our 6,000 plus Bitcoin, okay? And he divides it into 2 leadership bonuses, P1 and P2. Okay, so 2.5% goes to the P1 bonuses, all right? The bonuses are calculated differently, so let's run through them quickly. If the Bitcoin price fluctuates, again, please remember that you will not qualify if you haven't checked the qualification of the $200 worth of Bitcoin in your each account that is needed for this P1 qualification. Okay, so P1 bonuses are centered around getting your personal referrals binary qualified. So I sign up Clinton, Charles, and Vince. Now what I must do is I must help them to become binary qualified, because I'm now binary qualified, right? I've got one left leg, one right leg. Now let's say I go to Clinton and I say to him, hey, you got to get binary qualified. You got to find 2 people. Everyone knows 2 people unless you've lived under a rock. So I not force. That's not a good word to use. I mean, I do that, but I don't suggest you do that, right? So I would suggest you speak to your people and go, you sign up into my team, 2 people, you got to do that quickly, because that creates momentum. So Clinton now goes and he goes, hey, I want to be binary qualified. What's also great about this is that it creates like a little bit of I've reached something. It's a feeling of accomplishment. Yes, I've bought Bitcoin and I've funded my account, and that's an accomplishment. But binary qualification is sort of the first real good qualification that you get in the company. And it's the basis for some of the biggest checks that get paid in this industry. Okay, so binary qualification must never be made obsolete or made like it's not important. Binary qualification is which everything centers around. So now I look at Clinton and I say to him, hey, come, let's go. Let's find 2 people. So Clinton's my downline. He's my level 1. You'll see here is you and then 1 member with the yellow ones underneath them. Let's say that's Clinton. Clinton goes and he signs up 3 people. 1 left leg, 2 right leg. He's now binary qualified. Okay, so it doesn't matter where this happens in your binary. This is why I'm saying binary placement for P1 bonuses or P2 bonuses are irrelevant. You've got to look at that invisible uni level. I've signed somebody up, they've got to sign up 2 people. When they found 2, they're binary qualified. When they're binary qualified, then I'm P1 qualified. Okay, very important. This has got nothing to do with spillover. That's why I'm rather showing you a uni level view rather than a binary view, because spillover does not get factored into leadership bonuses or into the P2 bonus. Okay, very important that everybody remembers that. At the end of the day, it's all about taking the people that you have brought to the organization and helping them to become binary qualified. Now, for every single member that you have that is binary qualified, that you personally enrolled, that signed up with your link, you will earn 1 share in the P1 leadership bonus pool. Okay, so you can earn as many shares as you like. If this person in this picture, regardless of binary placement, if all of those blue members that say member, if they become all binary qualified, then this person, which is you, can earn 4 P1 shares. Now, they can overlap. They can happen at any time. You can space them months apart. It doesn't matter. Everybody grows at their own pace. But for every single person that you personally enroll that becomes binary qualified, you earn a P share from them. Now, that P1 share is valid for 8 weeks. Okay, remember, no spillover counts towards this qualification, guys. So here's the binary view. You'll see this is you. You've got a personal referral, that's PR1 on the left leg, and then you've got personal referral 2 on the right leg. Personal referral 2 has signed up 2 people, 1 left leg, 1 right leg. So that means PR2 is now binary qualified. Because PR2 is your personal referral, you're going to earn 1 P1 share. Okay. Now, as you grow this organization, you'll see binary placement for leadership bonuses are not important. It's all about incentivizing you to help the people that you have personally referred to the organization to become binary qualified. That's the intention of the P1 bonus. And if you understand the intention, then you'll understand why we as leaders, or myself and Clinton and some of our leaders, we don't grow front lines the length of the Nile. We don't sign up hundreds of thousands of people. I really want to take care of the people that I have in my organization. And I'm very proud to say that the people that I have front line in my organization are the top earners in the company. Because instead of signing up 20 people and trying to divide my attention amongst 20 people, okay, I'm not a good example here because I do that anyway, but I would rather build a shorter front line and work with those people, help them to become binary qualified, help them to grow. Once they are sort of like on their own and doing their own thing, then you start with the next bunch, sign up another 4 or another 5 people, and then start a new group of leaders. So for me, it's all about building your business in phases so that you can really be a good upline, because that essentially is very important in this industry. So that's what a P1 leadership bonus looks like. Remember, everybody needs to have a minimum of $200 worth of Bitcoin in their accounts. So that means you, the person you've signed up, and the 2 people they signed up to make them binary qualified. So here's the thing. This is where people are getting confused. If I sign up Clinton and he signs up 2 people, each with $100 worth of Bitcoin, he might be binary qualified, but it's not going to qualify me for P1 because everybody in the equation needs to have a minimum of $200 worth of Bitcoin. So do you see again why I pumped the $200 worth of Bitcoin in my teams? I push for 250 because that just means you qualify for everything. We get you done and sorted, and I don't have to worry about the fluctuating Bitcoin price. Okay, so very important that you remember, to be binary qualified, you only need 2 people, left leg, right leg, $100 each. To get your leadership bonuses P1, if your team are becoming binary qualified, they need to have $200 left leg, right leg. Okay, very important to remember that. Okay, I hope this was clear. So you can earn as many P1 shares as you like. They're valid for 8 weeks and then they expire. Then it's done. Okay, it's like old potatoes, done. All right, all shares earned are equal. So 2.5% of the weekly profit is equally divided amongst all the shares earned. And if you go into your back office, you go and look on the reporting tab, you'll see there's a P1, I think it's called the P1 shares report. Go and have a look at that. They'll show you how many shares were earned, and they'll also show you the value of the 2.5% that was earned in trade. Because people think, oh, 2.5%, it's not a lot of money. Jeepers, guys, it's a truckload of money. When you're trading with over 6,000 Bitcoin, every single day, you're making an average of, how much is it per day? About 1.5, 1.8% a day. And then 2.5% of that goes into this leadership bonus. That's insane money. It's crazy. The sheer volume of the pool and the sheer success of the service that MTI provides means that this pool is very lucrative and it gets your binary going. This feeds your binary, guys. It all comes back to that binary commission. Now, the P2 leadership bonus, just invisible, I just want to move this, that invisible uni-level structure, okay? So again, the golden number with P2 leadership bonuses is the $200 worth of Bitcoin for every member involved, okay? That means every person that is involved in this qualification needs to have $200 worth of Bitcoin. If the price of Bitcoin fluctuates and you fall under the $200 mark, you are not qualified and it will not be backdated. Take control of your company, take control of your business. If you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. It's very important. P2 bonuses is centered around getting the people that you've signed up P1 qualified. Okay, so if you take it a step back, the intention of the P1 bonus is to help the people you've signed up to be binary qualified. The intention of the P2 bonus is to help the people that you've signed up be P1 qualified. Okay, so now let's take my example. I've got Clinton, he was binary qualified. Now I'm going to say to him, Clinton, you know what? You are doing exceptionally well in this organization, but you've got to help your team. You've got to be a good leader. We're now duplicating leadership skills. I say to him, you got to help the people you've signed up to become binary qualified. So we can help you earn that P1 share. Now Clinton goes to the people he signed up, and if he gets one person binary qualified, he's immediately going to be P1 qualified. So he's going to earn a share in that previous P1 leadership bonus pool we just chatted about. Now, for every single personal referral that you have that is P1 qualified, you're going to earn a P2 bonus. Okay, now the P2 bonuses people are underestimating in a huge kind of way. I do think that this could turn out to be one of the biggest income streams with Mirror Trading International for the leaders who really pride themselves on helping their downlines earn. Now, I was always very cheeky in this industry. There's people that like me, people that don't like me so much. But at the end of the day, their opinions don't pay my bills. So here's the thing. I've always said to people in other network marketing companies, I don't want to know about your success. I don't want to see what car you're driving. I don't want to know how many diamond rings you have. What I want to know is how many earning downlines do you have? How many people in your team are making good money? Because if your team's earning, that tells me something about you as a leader, okay? So these P2 bonuses tells me something about the quality of leadership that we have in Mirror Trading International. You as a leader need to help the people you've brought into this organization to earn P1 shares. For every P1 share you have, you'll earn P2, okay? So P2 bonuses centered around getting your personal referrals P1 qualified. So how do you do that? Your binary placement, again, is irrelevant. This is you've signed up 4 people. One of your members has 3 members, and their third member is binary qualified. They've got 2, right? That means your member, firstly, they're direct. The number 3 is binary qualified, which makes the member P1 qualified, which makes you P2 qualified. Okay, so I know that people think that this is confusing. It really isn't. It's all about duplicating a very simple strategy. Sign up, find 2, duplicate. $200 of worth of Bitcoin is the golden nuggets. Okay, so this income stream is also paid from that 5% for leadership bonuses, and 2.5%, the other half of the leadership bonuses, is then worked into the P2 leadership bonus, right? So this is what it looks like forever. Thank you, Clinton. This is not a sales pitch. This is a training. Oh, Clinton uses everything as a sales pitch. Sell me if the price was right. Okay, so this is the binary view of that previous image that I'd shown you for P1. Okay, so there's you. You've got your personal recruit on the left. They've done nothing. Then you've got your personal recruit on the right. Do you see that they've got 2, PR21 and PR22, which means they're binary qualified? That's where you earned your P1. Now, do you see that PR21 has gone and signed up 2 people? This gets very confusing if you use the number. That means PR21 is binary qualified. It means that PR2 is earning P1 shares, and you are now earning P2 because somebody that you personally brought to the organization has got a P1 share. Okay, so when your personal PR1 becomes binary qualified, then you'll earn a P1 share. And as soon as they become P1 qualified, you'll earn P2. So you can earn as many P2 shares as you like, and they're valid forever. Okay, it's a check match. It's a check match income. So here's how this gets calculated. You effectively earn a check match derived from your direct referrals weaker leg. Okay, so what do you want to do? Weaker leg, then obviously you want to help them build their weaker leg. The bigger their weaker leg, the bigger your check match. How cool is that? Okay, so you want to look at all the people that you brought into the organization. You want to get them all binary qualified. As soon as they're binary qualified, you earn P1. Then you want to help them all earn P1. Now you're going to push them for P1. They all earn P1 shares. As soon as they earn P1 shares, you want to start helping them to push their weaker leg volumes. You want to help them to get onto the P2 level as well. So how this works is the company Mirror Trading International takes the 2.5% and they divide it in 2. 1.5 and 1.25% and 1.25%. 1.25% is equally divided amongst all the people that have earned P2 shares, a little bit like P1, okay? So let's say the value is $10,000 and 10 people earned P2 shares, then they take 10,000 divided by 10 and they pay you out the shares you've earned, okay? Very simple. The other 1.2 shares is then used to calculate your pie, your portion of the P2 pie. And it works exactly like the binary commission structure. So they'll take the value of your P2 shares people's weaker leg and divide it by the total amount of P2 weaker leg shares, and then multiply it by the 1.2% the company got in trade the week before. Now, if you go and look in your back office and you go on the far left, you'll see there's a P2 leadership bonus. Now, if you click on that, the report, it shows you the full formula for exactly how they work that out. And what's even better is when you're earning P2, it shows you the actual values of what you've earned. So it shows you the value of how many people are P2 qualified or how many P2 shares are earned. And then it shows you the value of those P2 shares weaker leg volumes all combined. And this is amazing because it is showing you the massive amount of growth that we've had in the organization. And I get that this is something that people get a bit confused about. We don't actually explain this too much, but P2 bonuses are basically divided into share bonuses and leg bonuses. The share bonuses is that 1.25% that gets equally divided. The other 1.25% gets proportionately divided like the binary does. Okay, so here this becomes a huge income for most people. So let's say you're a newbie and you've got teams that are and you're P2 qualified. The shares bonus for you will be great because just the fact that you've got somebody who's P1 qualified, you're going to get remunerated for that. But then that ongoing relationship and helping them to build their weaker leg is then what eventually will grow your leg bonuses. Now, what's cool about that is the richer you make your team, the richer you become. And that's a premise and a thing in business that I think is very valuable. It's it's even a spiritual law. You give what you get. So it's all about taking the people that you have in the organization, and as much as they need to take responsibility for their own businesses, you want to encourage them to, number one, sign up with $200 worth of Bitcoin minimum. You want to encourage them to find 2 people so they can become binary qualified. Then you want to help them to duplicate their process so they can become P1 qualified. And that brings us to this next slide, which gives you a very simple overview. Okay, so it's that sign up with $200, which I just spoke about. Please remember, this is all worth of Bitcoin, okay? You want to find 2 people, and don't go for the $100, guys. Just do the $200 so all of us are qualified and we don't have to stress about upgrading at any point, okay? And then you want to duplicate that. Monkey see, monkey do. It's a very simple process. Sign up, find 2, duplicate. You want to help your team to become binary qualified. So that's the song you're going to sing when you start. Binary qualification. Now you want to step it up to the next level. Okay, you now need to sing the binary qualification song so that I can earn P1. And then they're going to earn P1 and then you're going to earn P2. So it all sort of builds on one another. It's that duplication that's important. The P2 and P1 bonuses are paid on a weekend, and the commission run is done with binary commissions. Okay, so it's done at the same time. There's no waiting period. P1 and P2 are not paid a week in arrears. So if you earn it this week, you can draw it this week, or you can put it back into your trading wallet this week. Okay, it's immediate. It gets paid into your income wallet, so you won't see it under pending bonuses. It will be in your wallet transaction history. I couldn't remember that one. So if you go into your wallet section, you'll see wallet transaction history. You'll see your P1 and P2 bonuses have been paid into your wallet, and you can then obviously withdraw it, or you can put it back into trade. Okay. The only reason why P1 or P2 won't be paid is because the qualification was lost through the BTC Bitcoin fluctuation or binary qualification error, where you've put 2 people on the left leg and you weren't binary qualified. Okay, guys, so it's very important that you get it right. It's a systematic business. Remember, our CEO is a systems guy. For him, it's a step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, sign up with $200 worth of Bitcoin. Step 2, find 2 people, get yourself binary qualified. 1 left leg, 1 right leg, $200 worth of Bitcoin each. Step 3, duplicate that. Once you duplicate that once, you'll be P1 qualified. When you duplicate that another level deep, you'll be P2 qualified, and then we pay you a check match for helping your team to grow their weaker leg forever. Okay, it's a clever compensation plan, and these commissions are just going to be becoming more and more interesting as the company grows, as we are developing our product, as we are generating excellent profits, as the team grows. It's amazing what we're going to be doing in the future. So it's a simple strategic plan that can be duplicated. Understand the stage your business is in. Guys, you cannot be a leader and do leadership phase if you're still having to build. When you join this company, you got to hustle. You got to work. You got to speak to everybody. You got to eat no for breakfast. It's as simple as that. You need to grow that front line. Then you go into what we call the duplication phase of your business. Now you need to duplicate what you've just done. You need to duplicate the hustle. You need to duplicate the energy and the momentum. And then finally, when you get to your P2 space, you're now a leader. Then you want to start looking at motivating your team. You want to start maybe building another leg for building phase, right? But at the end of the day, you can then take a bit of a step back and start leading. But when you're in building phase, girl, you got to just shut it and work. Like, that's literally where it's at. You can't be crying leader if your team's not earning. It's all about getting your team to earn. When your team earns, you earn. So use your simple strategy. I've put it there for you. Your daily dedicated activity, this is what you do every single day, is reliant and centered around the phase of your business that you are in. If you are in building phase, you cannot be sitting on a yacht smoking cigars, loves. You need to be building. You need to figure out, okay, how many people do I want in my organization? 10. If I want 10 in my organization, it means I need to make 20 phone calls. For 20 phone calls, I need 40 numbers. Right, where am I going to find 40 numbers? Use a memory jogger. Look at GoPro. Go and look at multi-level marketing training. But when you're in building phase, that's hustle phase. It's the I eat no for breakfast phase. And your daily dedicated action needs to be filtered around building. Social media, warm market, cold market, digital marketing, getting onto Zoom calls, being active, being visible. Then when you get into duplication phase, that's normally about education, teaching your downline. This is what a binary qualification looks like. This is what P1 qualification looks like. Hey, did you see our trades today? That's duplication. Leadership bonus is a little bit, leadership phase is a little bit of what like I'm doing now, doing trainings, putting resources and materials together, creating a support for your team. But I mean, I'm still in building phase too, because I'm building a new business and building a couple of new lines and new people that I want to see succeed. So you might find yourself straddling a couple of these phases at the same time, but it's important that your daily dedicated activities are centered around what you are driving to force and drive in your organization. Check your back office. I can tell you now, the top earners in this company have one thing in common. They are on their back offices all the time. They know how much Bitcoin they have invested. They know the rate at which their weaker legs are growing. I can tell you now that Clinton spends more back office time than he does with me. And that gets shown in the results that he's had. He knows exactly how the rate of his weaker legs growth has changed. And he analyzes his business. Look, he doesn't spend all day in his back office because right in the beginning he had to hustle and build his organization. But you got to know what's going on back there. Guys, you can't break the back office. Okay? Play around, check out the reports, read the formulas. It's literally like a treasure map of the most exciting compensation plan elements I've ever seen in an organization. And you're sitting there not actually knowing it because you're scared you're going to break it. Get in that back office and learn. One of the most valuable tips I can ever give you. Know your team. When you sign somebody up, you know what they're going to be doing in the organization. Make sure that you have a broad spectrum idea of more or less what's going on in your binary system. I sometimes put referrals with my leaders because those people might work better with that leader. It doesn't mean I'm not working with them. It just means that it's a better placement for that person. But in order for you to make that kind of decision, you need to know what your binary looks like. You need to know what your organization looks like. Know your compensation plan. Go over this video over and over and over and over again until you understand it. It is important for you to understand the system. Although I say that, Clinton doesn't know jack about this compensation plan and he's one of our top earners. So at the end of the day, I think it's just that it comes back to that confidence, competence cycle. The more competent you are, the more confident you will become. And then finally, know your product. Guys, you need to know how the trading works. You don't have to understand Forex, but you need to know why Bitcoin. Why are we on this Bitcoin train? Not because we've got tinfoil hats. It's because we truly understand what's happening in the market, and you need to arm yourself with information in that regard. So I want to leave you guys with this before we do the Q&A. A tool is only useful when it is used for its intended purpose. If you're going to be trying to use a toothbrush to cut down a tree, you're going to have a hard time. This compensation plan is intended to create a secondary income for you, and it's built that way. Use the strategies that we have given you because we were actively involved in formulating this compensation plan. It was built that way for a reason. We want to encourage people working together. We want to encourage leaders being servant leaders like we have with a lot of our leaders worldwide at the moment. Potential will kill your business. And this is something that I have trained on so many times. People have joined my organization and they have been top earners in lots of other network marketing companies. And I have centered my growth and potential of my weaker leg all around this one person's potential. Now in science, those of you that know me will know that I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to maths and science. In science, potential energy means that something has the potential, but it's got no movement. Okay, so if I hold this phone here, that's got potential energy. Potential energy is great, but it means jack because there's no movement. It is only when a force is applied to a potential energy that it becomes kinetic energy. Okay, it's only when I fling this thing, I provide a force that it's got any kind of movement. Now, network marketing is exactly the same. Potential means nothing. A force has to be applied in order for it to have movement. The key is consistent drive, consistent force. That creates momentum, it creates energy, it creates excitement, and that's how you generate movement. And there's going to be days when you don't want to move, guys. Put your big girl panties on and pretend you're excited. That's what I tell people. Just get excited and get your team moving. Let go of potential, because potential will kill your business.